Situated on the southwest tip of Ireland, where the Atlantic meets the unforgiving mountains and coastline, lies a landscape sculpted by wind and rain. A region known for its rugged beauty and abundant marine life. Fin whales, humpback whales, minke whales, dolphins and porpoises visit West Cork's coastal waters at different times throughout the year. Atlantic grey and harbour seals breed on the small islands dotted along the coast, while many bird species make the waters around the islands of West Cork a summer home prior to their autumn migrations south over the equator. During the course of this series, I'll not only be looking at the marine life that lives here, I'll also be asking, why is this region such a magnet for some of the world's most incredible marine species, and how we can all do our part in conserving the environment here in what is a truly Wild West Cork. The short-beaked common dolphin can be seen around the islands of West Cork in every month of the year. Numbers tend to peak as the summer progresses. Between the months of December and April, numbers decline as animals move further offshore, probably in response to food availability. But other factors such as water temperature and shortening day length may play a role. Considered resident in Irish coastal and offshore waters, this sleek, energetic, acrobatic species is a handsomely marked dolphin with a long, slender beak and characteristic, tall, scimitar-shaped dorsal fin. This beautiful little dolphin is widespread throughout tropical, subtropical and temperate regions of both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. With its characteristic hourglass colour pattern of cream and yellow flank markings, this dolphin is seen off West Cork in social groups numbering anything from 5 to 500, often coming within a few hundred metres of the shoreline. Coming in close to the land, however, brings them into direct contact with humans. Entanglement in static fishing gear, discarded fishing nets, and deaths associated with midwater trawling all take their toll on this dolphin species, here in West Cork and around the world. I wanted to know why the short-beaked common dolphin was often found off West Cork in such huge numbers. So I met up with Brendan Collins, a local dolphin expert, to ask him just why this part of Ireland was such a magnet for the short-beaked common dolphin. Brendan has been observing the common dolphins off West Cork since he was a young boy heading out in small boats with his father. So, Brendan, what is it about West Cork that makes it so attractive to the short-beaked common dolphin?
Well, these dolphins are attracted into the waters around West Cork and especially around the islands for the protection of it and the feed availability within the area. They feed on little sprats and shoaling fish like the soury bill, locally known as the skipper.
Tell me, is it only the opportunity to feed that brings these little animals into the waters around the islands of West Cork?
Well, coming in to feed is probably one of the main driving forces that brings them in here. We also believe that predation further offshore brings them in here. The little common dolphin becomes a very tasty snack for a blue shark further offshore.
When you encounter these beautiful little dolphins at sea, they will often change direction and deliberately engage the boat and bow ride, sometimes for long periods very close to the boat. I wondered if Brendan knew why they did this.
These little animals have evolved in one of the most challenging environments on Earth, the marine environment. Demands of fishing and communication have made them very, very intelligent animals, but simply they come to the boat for fun, to bow ride.
I find it amazing that a wild animal will come in and associate with humans of its own free will. Do you think that in the early days of man taking to the sea, that these dolphins were coming in to explore this potential threat, and that they were escorting these boats away from vulnerable members of the group?
But I'm sure in the early days of maritime history that would have been the case. But we now believe that the dolphins are simply coming into the boat to play and to bow ride with it. Just like your dog with a stick in the garden, they're simply playing. After all, you and I spend our time out there floating around on boats. We're just another part of this ever-changing and challenging environment for these guys to seek us out and have a look.
In spite of the challenges encountered over much of its range, the short-beaked common dolphin continues to feed and breed successfully in the waters off West Cork. Previously, we thought this dolphin exploited the feeding efforts of other species, joining feeding frenzies created by minke whales in an opportunistic way. We now believe that these charismatic dolphins initiate the collective feeding effort we experience throughout the summer, and that other species like the minke whale join feeding activity first created by groups of short-beaked common dolphins. Seeing these stunning little dolphins unconstrained and free to roam over huge distances is a privilege many of us don't get to see. This is in stark contrast to watching dolphins in captive facilities, performing demeaning tricks for morsels of food, restricted both in mind and body to tanks that are frequently not larger than your average swimming pool. In Ireland, all marine mammals are protected, and although West Cork is very well known for its varied and amazing marine wildlife, there are none more engaging than the short-beaked common dolphin. Its habit of associating with humans entirely of its own free will ensures a place in our hearts and alongside our boats as we venture in and out of the harbours of West Cork. In our next episode, we'll be looking at the charismatic humpback whale. Join us then.